What was your
So,
experience like of Europe in general? Like, how many different places did you film in, and what was it like traveling around doing that?
Well, we weren't traveling around much. We shot pretty much, I would say 95% of it in Prague.
Okay.
Um, yeah. And I would say, yeah. And then we went to Pilsen to shoot some of the Eastern European Bratislava stuff. And then we went to Germany to shoot the beach scene. It was great. I loved it. I had a great time. We have something called per diem when you're an actor, which means that if you're on location, you get a certain amount of money per day, just spending money, just pocket money to buy lunch or whatever it is, your sundries, you want to buy some shampoo or something. And so the per diem they gave us was in American dollars. And and the per diem is like laid out per the actors union. So we were getting, a pretty sizable chunk in American dollars. I forget what it is, like $100. And of course, $100, like if you remember that scene in Bratislava where he holds up the nickel,
Yeah.
and he says, "I'm going to buy a hotel, fuck you." That actually is kind of what it's like. I mean, I literally was eating, I was drinking, Moet, I was drinking, Cristal, I was eating lobster, I was eating steak. I mean, the whole, and the bill would come out to about $15. And so I was living high on the hog. I mean, it was great. And of course, people, if you haven't been to Prague, you should definitely go to Prague. I mean, I think a lot of people, there was a lot of people from England there that I saw when I was there. It's obviously a major destination for you Brits. And it should be. It's an amazing city, a beautiful city. The architecture is absolutely stunning. Here's the thing. It wasn't bombed during World War II, right? So many cities in Europe completely devastated, Dresden, good example. Just all the cities just got obliterated. The Blitz, right? So you had all these buildings just getting smashed. The reason we filmed in Prague was because you had all these different phases of European architecture represented there that hadn't been touched by Hitler's munitions. So you were able to, your places, London, you were able to go to places that look like Paris. You were able to go to places that look like Spain, or where else do we go? Italy, Rome. So like the stuff at the main city. What's it called? The main, where the Pope lives. Help me out.
Oh,
Vatican City.
Yeah.
Vatican.
Yeah.
So all the Vatican stuff was basically just this castle in Prague.
Okay.
So I didn't travel. So to get back to answering your question, I didn't really travel around so much. I would travel around Europe later, but for that film, yeah, we didn't really move around too much, and we were able to get everything. So basically, like that scene when we're in London, you see Big Ben in the background.
Yeah.
What they were doing is they would find some piece of worked for what they wanted, and they would put that, it would kind of be the foreground. And then what they would do is they would literally stretch a huge green screen across an entire street for the background, and then they just digitally inserted whatever location they wanted, London, Paris, Rome. They would insert that into the green screen. So, on the set, what you would see is, us in the foreground, and then just the entire street was blocked off, and they would literally have a giant green screen going between the buildings on the street in the background.